sure calling me sis calling. If you get in any trouble, Big Sister's here to help you out of it.
Remember history! Follow tradition! Regulate art! Guide the true path! Remember!
A pause. We need a pause here.
Isn't that Senator Hades? Why aren't we protesting at her directly?
She was the one who proposed the Reformation. You think she'd even deign to look us in the eye? She clearly looks down on the fact-finding committee. We're only here to march this time. Don't go off script.
If a reformation doesn't shake things up, it's either hollow at its core, or veiled by a veneer of stability. Trauma, anxiety, confusion, disorientation. Can you feel their displeasure, Hera?
With no sense of security, they huddle together for warmth and speak in a voice that, though unified, is not their own. They recoil into the cocoon of the past, yet blame the clouds for obscuring their sunlight. Sympathizing with those who pave the path to mediocrity with their bodies is a luxury I can't afford to have.
In their arrogance and idleness, they'd rather bind their own limbs than face the future. They have no one to blame but themselves for falling behind. However, Hera, Amorphis doesn't require anyone to become a sacrifice.
For those who lose their way in the darkness but still have a heart for true art, I would not be disinclined to guide them back into the light. Every moment of epiphany adds a touch of elegance to Amorphis' crown, and thus such an effort can hardly be taken as a waste. Chloe. Oh! I'm so sorry, Lady Hira. My mind wandered. Where was I? You mentioned to me that you're the daughter of the pyrotechnic designer Clement, and told me the story of his mishap in the show. Oh, yes. Many people were injured in the explosion, and the Society of Fireworks has hated ground fireworks shows ever since. Not a single person from the society came to see my father in prison, not even in his final days. They refused to acknowledge his art to the end. And I suppose that's why you're seeking certification from the Society of Muses? Yes. I have also heard that the Society of Fireworks has joined the fact-finding committee. They reject anything that doesn't conform to tradition. Indeed. Your work is but another attempt of defilement to their tradition, amidst other hideous forms of new arts that they hold in detestation since the Revolution. I've reconstructed all of my father's designs. All I need is the chance to be certified. Near-ground deflagration shell fireworks, if I recall correctly. The explosion lifts the fireworks device into the air, whereas the display results from the device burning and changing shape. Yes, Lady Hira. It integrates motor rack fireworks and display shell technologies. A decent experimental idea. My only complaint would be the name. Have you ever given it a second thought? The name was my father's idea. I don't want to... It's all right. Names hardly matter when it comes to certification, so pay it little mind if you have to. Though, have you really not grasped the situation yet? The Society of Muses only appraises unconventional art. You maintain your craft to be fireworks, and I don't see any reason for you to seek our certification. I see. Has Oneroy not returned yet?
AETHER's organizing another student art show. School isn't out yet.
Senator Hades?
First time at the Society of Muses, huh? No need to be on your toes. Hira, have you decided on the featured exhibits for the salon this month?
A little more time, if you would allow. Though I don't recall the Art Society's roles during the first salon. What made them change their minds? Right now, anyone with a modicum of confidence is preparing for all the art appraisals available to them. Few people have approached the Society for certification at all this month, much less those who came with fair work for display.
Oh, case I've forgotten to mention it, it's not a formal invitation, so it doesn't matter if we abstain.
I'd like to see it at least in our charter, formal or not. Hades is not available to offer her help. If there's anything you wish to say, speak freely. Have you heard of the Salon? An association it is that requires no certification to participate. Rather than professional judges, the audience is invited to vote for art pieces worthy of an award. The next salon starts in 10 days, if that interests you.
Oh, I see.
Since you don't believe the Society of Fireworks would do your work justice, why not test your fortune at the salon? For an artist, an award from such events is no less than acknowledgement from the society.
That's true, but my father's certifications for ground fireworks were revoked after the accident. Even if my father might not be forgiven, I want to at least bring back the recognition ground fireworks deserve.
Is that all? Then my hands are tied here. You may see yourself out.
That's what Lady Hera said to me.
Young people these days don't know anything. You've never heard of the Clement explosion incident?
I have, but that was years ago, right? And didn't Clement die in prison? How are there still people making ground fireworks?
That's Clement's daughter. She came here once 2 years ago, but her work doesn't hold a candle to her old man's. Clinging to junk like treasure. She's practically begging for humiliation.
I warned you 2 years ago to stay away from your father's leftovers. You ignored my warning. Fine. But then you ran off to the Society of Muses. Fireworks may not be popular art, but an association that corrupts the traditional ethos like the Society of Muses does has no business appraising it.
I implore you to take a look. I've double and triple checked Father's design. Nothing like that will ever happen again.
Look. What are you asking me to look at? That explosion injured more than a dozen people. Do you think anyone will accept ground fireworks again after that? I can forgive Clement after all these years we've been through as friends. But can you say the same for the society? The art world? What's wrong is wrong. It's useless to keep dwelling on it. Now, go home.
But...
Such a stubborn girl.
Mr. President, that girl, Chloe, just how are her pyrotechnic skills?
She learned her basics more or less from Clement. Why? Are you interested?
Not in anything so vulgar. Perhaps her work can find its place in a comedy show, but not at the fact-finding committee. That said, if something like this is at all serviceable, we'd still want to see its value put to good use. Rest assured, Mr. President, the proposal will go exactly the way you're hoping.
It's so dark now. Where else can I go? Maybe people would be able to accept ground fireworks in a few more years. Yes, I just have to try again in a few years. But that's such a long time. Clinton?
Yes, Chloe? I'm looking for you. I was too harsh before. Everything I said was to keep up appearances. Don't take it too personally. Do you still want to be certified by the society?
You'll help me? For really?
I'd love to if I could. I may have nominally studied ground fireworks with Clement back then, but only he knew the core techniques. If you want to vindicate your father's legacy, I certainly won't stop you. You'll have my full support, but as the president of the Society of Fireworks, I must take responsibility for all certified pyrotechnic works. People need more than a few years to forget about the pain that accident has brought them. The more painful the experience, the deeper it's embedded in their memory. I could forgive you. The entire Society of Fireworks could forgive you, but without Omorphi's forgiveness, there'll be no escaping the past.
I never thought about it like that.
You're so anxious that you are ahead of yourself. So was Clement. That young lady Hera did get one thing right, though. Time has changed. An association certification isn't the only path to an artist anymore.
You mean the salon?
Correct. The salon's not a bad way to go. Winning an award there means you've earned the public's approval. Then, all you have to do is reattempt certification.
But you say, win an award.
What good is a work that can't even win an award in a competition where the bar's practically on the ground? It's settled then. I'll be responsible for organizing the fireworks show for the salon's opening ceremony. When you're finished with your fireworks, send them to the society. I'll have them arranged in the program to increase exposure a little.
You really do all that? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Quentin. I'll give it everything I've got.